सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। पूज्य माँ भगवती, पूज्य श्री अरविंद, you all are chosen souls of the Divine Mother, and people who are listening to these discourses outside America, out in the all different countries of the world, including India, they are also equally chosen souls of the Mother, because this is the Mother's research work, and to be eligible to enter into it is a great and grand grace granted to the chosen children. Now, in tune with the Vedanta scriptures and the prayer depicted in Rigveda to ever shining parent sun, if you are the present God, if you are the visible God, at least let us be the true recipients of your ever shining, ever progressive, ever divine light in the form of thoughts. So thought is a spark of light, and that is emitted to us by the will of the divine. So it is the will of the divine that is a motivating force. Behind the light in the form of thought, we can receive from all directions. That is the very first prayer of the Rishi to the visible sun. So this is the light of the psychic that is being constantly transmitted to the cells on the ground of the intensity of the prayer being constantly made by the cells. But our mind also and our senses have no capacity to receive direct prayer and direct word from the cells. The entity of cell, the divinity of cell, the infinity hidden in the cell are all different dimensions, so invisible to our eyes and to our mind. So the real mystery that is there within our body, and that is to be unfolded, and the moment we start unfolding it, it is the real transformation of portals program automatically starts. We are not to cautiously conduct this program of cellular transformation. All over the world, that program has already been launched, completed by Mother throughout her life. And whatever Mother had accomplished in his human life is the destiny of the tomorrow's reality. That is life divine. The body of the earth has been completely transformed. The cellular patterns of this earth have already been transformed. Mother did it as world mother, not individual mother. And when mother slips into the old zone, that is, mother says that this is old world and this is new world. Two worlds are simultaneously working for mother, and mother just migrates from one world to another one. She doesn't want to enter into her old world where human body has functioned for 93 years. But the new world in which mother has entered with the magnetic attraction of the supramental body of Sri Aurobindo, whom Sri Mother has frequently seen. Date-wise, year-wise, Mother has depicted her experience of visible reality of the supramental body of Sri Aurobindo. Now the question is, Mother's human body gets completely transformed into supramental body, and that can be clubbed with Sri Aurobindo as Ardhanari Nateshwar, as Shiv Shakti in the invisible world. Om Tat Sat Paratpar Parabrahma, that is the synthesized form of Shiv and Shakti, energy and determinism. Energy is Parvati, determinism is Shiv. So Lord Shiv is the determinism, the format, invisible format of omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. That Shiv Tattva, that is fathomless zero, occupied the world. Fathomless, that is fathomless zero. And when the same fathomless zero, the total quantum of energy which is there in this fathomless zero, has been brought down on the earth as supramental, and Mother is bridging the gulf between man's mind and God's. The God's mind is the supramental because it has been made active. Reality, complete, total, perfect is Shiv and Shakti, and the supramental is the second Bhagirathi descended down on the earth to be the real bridge for humanity and divinity. At one bank humanity is living, another bank divinity is living, and Mother makes her body a complete golden bridge. She is a golden bridge and a wonderful fire. That is what Sri Aurobindo has written in Savitri. She is a golden bridge and wonderful fire. Wonderful fire means what? Psychic of the Mother in human body as Mela Alfonso is wonderful fire. And that is her yatra, her pilgrimage. She is bridging the gulf, and she is the very first passenger, traveler and pilgrim on it. And Mother achieved it. We are here at the threshold of human life. We are here at the threshold of human life. We have to get outside the world. We are just in the captivated cage. Now we have to be free. We have to get rid of the all limitations of our self-created world, self-created universe, self-created personality. We are here at the threshold of human life before something which does not exist in animals. This is the mind. Cellular mind does not exist in the animals. That is something. And up till now we identify truly and genuinely that this is cellular mind. We are also animal. We are also animal. It is present and still we are unaware of it. It is working and still we are not impacted by it. It is working and still we cannot get connectivity with it. That is our misfortune. That is our incomplete knowledge of the self. And it is because of this cause that our soul is invisible to us. We are living for 90 years, centuries, but still we are not in connection, in connectivity. We don't get connected, truly connected with soul is the result. And to ignore connectivity as such, that state of ignorance becomes the state of darkness. And that state of darkness is our misfortune. before something. That something is the connectivity between psychic and the cellular mind. That is there, the spark of divinity in each and every cell of our body. The cells of our body are not mortal, they are immortal. And that immortality of the cell is to be taken cognizance of by the psychic. Psychic can do it, mind cannot do it. Our materialized mind, the mind that has been evolved from the matter and which is still there in our body as peak of it, but still that mind does not identify this mind of the cell. That is the limitation of the physical mind, limitation of our materialized mind, which does not exist in animals and which causes all the complications of human existence. It's non-knowledge. See, it's non-knowledge, unawareness, incognizant entity of our body, incognizant state of our body is such a powerful darkness that it has veiled the real divinity within our shell. And we are living. So we are just like a pendulum, moving in one zone, moving from one zone to another and back from another to one. Like a pendulum of the clock. And that makes us uncertain. Uncertainty has become the real swabhav of our mind. And that uncertainty has created so many complications in our mind that it has become a spider's web, and spider becomes the victim of its own web. Which does not exist in animals and which causes all the complications of human existence. It's non-knowledge, it's pain, it's separateness. We don't feel our soul, we don't feel our mind, we don't feel our cellular entity. So it is separateness. Who are you? I am my mind. Who are you? I am my soul. Who are you? I am soul. I am spirit. But spirit unaware of the reality. Unaware, totally ignorant. It's separate. This is separateness. Space is there inside the body. Space is not outside the body. And that space has to be breached. That is the gulf. That has to be overcome. Separateness, its illnesses, and that is the cause of illnesses. That is the cause of distortion and deformation. Our design has been deformed. It requires jerk to be a new design. So now we are waiting for this sort of jerk. And we just think of our own safety. We are safety mongers rather than reality mongers or truth mongers. We have to be truth mongers rather than safety mongers. Because the real safety lies in the spirit. Real safety does not lie in the body. But it is the secret of the body that is still hidden in the body itself. Let body be the true and transparent instrument. Let body be the bridge between soul and the supreme. On the strength of this cellular mind, that is mind of the cells. All the misfortunes, so mother says that these all are the misfortunes. All the misfortunes which in the end are the true lever for getting out of them. They are the misfortunes, but they can be the lever. If we are aware of it, then we can feel that, oh, how far I have gone. I have gone not a single step further. I am still moving in the same circuit like a blind bull. It's horizontal velocity that we have been living since so many births. Now we have to slightly wait for a moment. Take a pause just for a moment and take U-turn further. Which in the end are the true lever for getting out of them. because they force us to go to the root of things. It is that silent, secret force that motivates us to find out our new way and find out our real way, to find the key, that is to the physical mind. That is physical mind. Physical mind is living in our body, still it is unidentified. And that unidentification has to be rooted out with our present working mind. With the present working mind, we have to find out the true reality of mind. With our soul, we are supposed to find out the soul of the Supreme, soul of the universe, soul of the existence. So, what is reality in the Brahman is the same reality, microscopic reality in our body, and that is cellular mind. Because they force us to go to the root of things to find the key, that is to the physical mind, the first mentalization of matter. Our physical mind, that apparent physical mind, is just fabricated physical mind, distorted physical mind, harassing physical mind. And the real mind of this body, of the cell, is the real mind, the spark. That spark has made animal a man. We are human beings because of that mind, not this mind. Because of that cellular mind, we have become human beings. So the real cause of human being, real cause of evolution up to human level is the cellular mind that is hidden in the cells. Because cell is the very first format of matter. Spirit became the matter, consciousness became the matter, light became the matter, supreme light became the inert matter, and inert matter became living matter, and with the result we are human beings. We are human beings because of our matter is not dead matter, our matter is not inert matter, our matter is a living matter. It's ever vibrating, and DNAs are immortal. Immortality is there, not in the flesh and blood of the cell. Immortality is there in the light of the cell. And the light of the cell is the mind of light transmitted to the mother by Sri Aurobindo. To awaken the dormant reality and dormant immortality, dormant infinity, and the dormant light that is there in the cells, that was to be arisen. That is the greater dawn of Savitri. That is barrier, and at the same time it is an opening onto an even more radical discovery, a deeper layer yet, and of the cellular mind, which holds not only the power to undo our habits of unhappiness. Cellular mind is competent enough to root out all our diseases, all our sufferings, all our distortions, and all adverse movements unknowingly going on in our body. Not only the power to undo our habits of unhappiness, but to undo every species, typal habits, and ultimately the old habit of dying. If it is rightly operated, cellular mind is rightly operated and given a better scope, then dying process will be stopped. Movement towards death will be stopped. Movement towards decomposition will be stopped. And movement of aging will be stopped. We can have our existence within our control, within our reach. We have got our body also equally under the command and control of our soul, provided instrument is made transparent. And what is the instrument for this stage? Cellular mind. This mind is first of all replaced by our cellular mind, and cellular mind is to be charged and illumined by our psychic. That is the programming lifelong going on. We should be bit aware of it, and if it is distorting or deviating slightly, we should just divert it to its original root and course, that is sadhana. Next chapter, fourth chapter, we have completed up till now. Now we go to the fifth one, the physical mind. Mother, for the first time, projects and presents the layers of the physical mind. Intellectual mind, emotional mind, sensory mind, and physical mind. Physical mind is at the bottom. If we can cross over the first three minds, and first mind, very first layer of mind is intellectual mind. All in all, commander-in-chief. What is to be eaten up? What is to drink? What to do or what not to do? Who are you? Who am I? All question marks are raised by this intellectual mind. Question is also raised and answer is also offered. And we can match the question raised by the mind and answer that is also projected by the same mind, and we get that we are scholars. We are intellectuals. Backward scholars, Sri Aurobindo has written, backward scholars sitting on the rickety bench of logic. So our backward scholarship lies there in our intellectual mind. But for that, however, a certain sense of discomfort or a beginning of suffocation within one species is necessary. First of all, in us, the intellectual mind at least should do first work to be silent and to give our psychic to open up the way. If a chamber's door is little ajar, if a chamber's door is made little ajar, if a chamber's door is little ajar is written by Sri Aurobindo in Savitri, but it is in a passive voice. We cannot open it up. It is our cellular mind, if it is properly awakened, that it can open up the chamber, closed chamber, sealed chamber a little, and the psychic immediately starts illumining all cells of our body, because they have been praying since long back. Beginning of suffocation, that suffocation should be felt. That is unsatisfying Godhead. Lord Rama of Kausalya is crying. Our Ram doesn't cry. Our Ram is satisfied with this suffocation. This is my kingdom, this is my kingdom, this is my kingdom. Our castle is our kingdom, and we have taken it for granted to be our empire. It is our empire. That suffocation has to be rooted out, has to be opened up, and that suffocation has to be broken in order to have the true salvation and true freedom, true moksha and genuine paradise. That physical mind is precisely what is suffocating us. That physical mind is suffocating us. Why suffocation is provided to us? We can get tired of it, but we are never tired. Intellectually we are giving explanation. Mechanism of our mind works in such a way that we can find out each and every solution. We can find out the solution of the difficulties of the God too, not our difficulties. I know each and every solution. I know each and every riddle. I know each and everything. That is what the ego of our intellect. Our meddling intellect misshapes the beauteous forms of the things we murder to dissect. We murder reality. Any object which is presented before us for analysis, our intelligence starts penetrating into it, and start penetrating into it not just for acquiring knowledge, just for dissection, just for master operation. And while doing master surgery, unknowingly that intellect commit murder. Oh, and thereafter we start repenting. I have committed a great mistake. But why do you commit? When you have committed, you are fully conscious, and in the fully conscious state of consciousness and intelligence, you committed this mystery directly. But we hide it with the mechanism of mind. That is our artificial, fabricated mind operating in such a way that we feel our slavery to be our freedom. We are the slaves of the mind, but we still name it to be our freedom. More intelligent we are, more competent we are. More intelligent we are, more free we are. More intelligent we are, more divine we are. More intelligent we are, more powerful master we are, not of self, but of the whole world. That physical mind is precisely what is suffocating us. Insidiously, multifariously, and very implacably, it is our cage. It is our self-fabricated cage, the very wall of our human bowl. The very wall of our human bowl. Bowl is before us when take it for granted infinite ocean. Bowl is an infinite ocean. That is the bowl of Kaushalya, in which Lord Rama was given the image of moon, but it is a reflection, not the real image. As it is, absolutely perfect, but object is at the distance, image, reflection is within us. So we feel that it is the intelligence that we can make everything available to us. We can get anything and everything under the sky with the power of this intelligence. It is a reflection of the reality. Reflection is reflection. Whatever similarity is there between object and subject, object and reflection. But reflection is nothing, is Maya. Mama Maya Duratyaya. Is not energy in reality. Cage, the very wall of our human bowl. It is the great fixative without which we might forget that we are man, forever yoked to this mode of matter and to death. Our intelligence that cannot give us the true identity and true picture of our mind, and we take it for granted to be all powerful. That is a very common experience of all of us every day, and repetition of that experience makes us so confident that we can challenge anybody under the sky, including God. It is the great fixative without which we might forget that we are man forever. We are man, though human being we are permanently forever yoked to this mode of matter and to death. We are yoked to the death, and that is why death appears to be inevitable to us. Intelligence never tries to get us free from death. On the contrary, it justifies the ways of ignorance. Being an intelligent, it tries to justify the ways of ignorance. But that contradiction is not digested by us. To this mode of matter and to death, but its role is precisely that, to harness us to matter. What is the role of this intelligence or intellectual mind, intellectual layer of this operative mind, to get our connectivity stronger every day to matter? In second quality, which we can perceive somewhat in its higher and more visible parts, is fear. It creates fear. Whatever I have acquired, whatever I have possessed, whatever I have captivated is to be permanently my asset. Is to be my asset permanently. Body cannot be the permanent asset of us. And when it is not, it has not been permanent asset of the ancient Rishis even, it was ignored and left out. This is for the first time that body is also given to us as permanent asset. Body is not merely a cage, body is a pedestal. Body is a Sinhasan. Body is a Mayurasana. And that is why mind is compared with peacock. It is a Mayurasana. Let it be real Mayurasana. Let it be a bridge for psychic to walk, for psychic to march. And it can be shown, it can be lived, it can be realized through and through this mind of the cells, which is the mind of the light. And thereafter, knowing it, we can get freedom from the fear. Ahar, Nindra, Bhay and Maithun are to be rooted out. This is how fear also can be rooted out. We can understand very well how to get freedom, how to get rid of the impact of food, how to get rid of the impact of sleep. Bhay, fear, is the most important thing because it is directly related to mind. Unless and until mind is made more competent and more dynamic, it's not merely to make active. If we can make mind active, it can start harassing us more. Its dynamism is to be inculcated. Its dynamism is to be motivated. Mind's dynamism can make the real movement of mind. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. It can be the real cause, real reason for our moksha. That is the dynamism of mind. Mobility of mind is to be curbed down, but dynamic movement of the vertical mobility of mind should be raised up, should be promoted. It is afraid of just everything. Our mind is afraid of everything. It's afraid of every moment. Something will happen, something will happen, something will happen without knowing what is something. We are afraid of darkness, we are afraid of ignorance, we are afraid of someone else, we are afraid of situation, we are afraid of destiny, we are afraid of circumstances, because ultimately we are afraid of death. That is fear. And the greatest hallucination. Fear is the greatest hallucination. Have faith in the divine, have faith in your psychic, have faith in the consciousness living within. That will not misguide you. That will not make you to commit misdeeds. That will not bring any misfortune to you. Try to identify, try to recognize the soul spirit within, then you will be rightly directed, you will be rightly drawn towards the Mahashakti. She is a magnet of our difficult ascent. The right dynamism of mind, which is not there in intellectual mind, you can not be really motivated to your target. Its second quality, which we can perceive somewhat in its higher and more visible parts, is fear. It is afraid of just everything. Careful. You forgot to take your scrap. You will catch a cold. Careful. If you go too fast, you will break a leg. Every moment our fearful mind intervenes. Be cautious, be cautious, be cautious. Risk is there, danger is there, this is there, this is that. Even a piece of reality becomes your target. Piece of reality becomes your objective. Piece of reality becomes your ideal and role model. So these are all hallucination and illusions created to you, mirage, mrukja, that is created by this mind. Visible parts, it is afraid of just everything. Careful. If you go too fast, you will break a leg. Careful, you can't do that, or you will tire your heart. You will tire your heart. And cardiac trouble will be there if you do this. Why for we are afraid of cardiac trouble? Least we may die. And suddenly we may die without seeing the death, without understanding the death. So this is this mind, fear. You can't. That is the master voice of this intellectual mind. Before doing anything, the very first echo we are made to hear compulsorily is you can't do it. Oh, it is impossible. Then you stop there. This is to overcome the impossibility created by fear, that is the cellular mind. If we can start our journey towards cellular mind, the very first change is the change of fear being disappeared. It's a mental creature teeming with kants. It is a mental creature. Fear is a mental creature teeming with kants. Everything, anything is there. Oh, I cannot do it. It's very hard. But nothing is hard. Everything is possible to your mind, provided it is psychicized. And it can be psychicized with the light of the cellular mind. Even if you could, it would prevent you, and that is why you can't in the end. In short, it guards the limits of the bound. Our bound sees the warden, that consciousness, mental consciousness, intellectual consciousness is the custodian, is the warden of our limitations. No, thus far and no further. You should go up to that. Now stop there. That is what constantly the same voice is occurring repeatedly and makes us fearful. Now that fear has to be overcome. It is the prison warden. It is the prison warden. Our prison is safeguarded and protected by this intellectual mind. That is the first layer of our materialized mind, physical mind. Now second, third and fourth one is there, with which we can rightly, if dynamism of mind is projected, we can rightly open up the inner reality of cellular mind.